Refinancing can be a great strategy if you're looking to access equity to fund an investment, consolidate your debt, get access to a better rate, or restructure your mortgage's landscape. But there's a couple considerations you'll want to make before you decide to refinance. So before we get into this video, I'd ask if you could like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. It helped my channel grow and reach more Canadians who are looking to learn about the mortgage and real estate industry. So like I said in the intro, there's many benefits to refinancing, whether you're consolidating debt, trying to access some equity for an investment property, getting access to lower rates, or if you're trying to restructure your mortgage landscape to benefit your lifestyle. So in this video, I'm going to be going over 3 considerations you're going to want to make when deciding whether or not you should refinance. So the first consideration you're going to want to make is what is your penalty to break your mortgage? So if you're in a closed mortgage and you're refinancing before your maturity date, meaning before your mortgage term ends, you'll be charged a penalty. This penalty can vary based on your mortgage terms, but it can be sizable depending on your mortgage type. So that's why it's important when you get the initial funding of your mortgage that your mortgage term and mortgage details and product all match your lifestyle and future plans and goals. For example, if you knew you were going to have to refinance 2 years down the line, it wouldn't make sense to put you in a 5-year mortgage knowing you have to refinance. That's just going to lead to you having to pay a big penalty. Instead, you would match your term with your goals. So if you knew you were going to refinance in 3 years, you'd be put in a 3-year term so you could refinance at maturity without that penalty. So understanding what your penalty is, whether it's 3 months interest or interest rate differential, you'll want to know that before you refinance to make sure that refinancing still makes sense. Consideration number 2 is what is your current interest rate? So when you refinance, you're getting a whole new mortgage for your desired amount. This new mortgage is going to pay out your old mortgage, plus maybe if you want to consolidate some debts in your mortgage or you need equity to fund an investment project. That is what that new mortgage is going to be. So along with this whole new mortgage, you're also going to be getting new current market rates. So if you have a really good interest rate and new current market rates that would come with the refinance are much higher, refinancing might not be the option at the moment, or looking at a different route could be for you. That different route I'm going to be talking about after I give my final consideration. Now, consideration number 3 is, can you qualify for this new mortgage? When you refinance, you have to requalify like you're getting a new mortgage. This means an application will have to be filled out. A lender is going to look at your debts, your income, your situation, credit score, the property to determine if they're going to lend you for this new mortgage. You'll also have to have enough equity built up in the home. When you refinance, you can only go up to 80% of your home's value. So making sure you have the equity built up in your home is important. Let's say you don't have enough equity built up in your home, or you don't think you're going to requalify for this new mortgage. Refinancing might not be the best option for you, and it might just be a better option to renew with your current lender. So those are some considerations you're going to want to make when refinancing. Now I'm going to give you some alternatives to refinancing if any of those considerations kind of turned you off of doing a refinance. So let's say you have a really good interest rate and that's holding you back from refinancing because of higher current market interest rates. Or maybe you have a really big penalty and refinancing doesn't really make sense. An alternative to breaking your whole mortgage with a refinance would be adding a second mortgage behind your first. This allows you to keep your first current mortgage in place, keeping that lower interest rate, and avoid breaking that and getting charged a penalty, but still get access to those funds. Now, yes, you would still be paying a higher interest rate on those extra funds, but you're only paying that higher interest rate on the new money, not the old mortgage balance. So it's going to be a much smaller amount you're paying that now higher interest rate on, rather than it would have been if you were to refinance your whole mortgage and were to pay a higher interest rate on that whole mortgage amount. So here's a quick example. Let's say you had a current mortgage at a rate of 3% and a mortgage balance of $100,000, and you were looking to access about $100,000 worth of equity in your home, making your new mortgage balance $200,000. If you were to refinance that mortgage, you would be paying that 5% on the full $200,000. And along with that, there'd be a penalty to break it if it's not at maturity. Now, if you were to add a second mortgage behind that first mortgage of $100,000, instead of refinancing your whole mortgage, you would only be paying that higher, let's say current market rates were 5%, you would only be paying that 5% on the added on $100,000 rather than 5% on the full $200,000 worth of refinance. So with a second mortgage, you're paying 3% on the first $100,000 and 5% on the rest of the $500,000 rather than 5% on $200,000. So this will equate to a lower cost of borrowing over the term of your mortgage. So hopefully you got something out of this video. If you did, like, subscribe, share with a family member or friend. Also, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments and I'll answer them, or maybe even make a video about them. And don't forget, I have those 3 free guides. The first one is a guide for first-time home buyers. The second one is for refinancing, and the third is you got your offer accepted. Now you need to obtain financing. So the link is going to be in the description for those. And I also have my calendar link below. So if you have any questions or you want to connect with me directly, go click that link and book a time slot, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.